Imagine waking up at 30, looking back at your 20s not with regret, but with gratitude because a few simple science-backed habits transformed your chaos into unbreakable purpose. Ready to unlock that future? If you're in your 20s and feeling like life's just an endless scroll of survival mode, pause for a second. What if a handful of daily habits could flip that script, turning chaos into purpose, backed by science and Jordan Peterson's wisdom? By 30, you'll thank yourself. In today's fast-paced world full of distractions, social media buzz, and shaky job markets, your 20s are the sweet spot for laying down roots that lead to real success. Research backs it up. Habits you form now reshape your brain for the long haul. And folks like Jordan Peterson hammer home that owning your choices builds a life with real meaning. Skip this window, and you might end up burned out or stuck, but grab it and watch your growth explode. Let's kick off with the essentials, since even the smaller habits stack up huge when you stick with them. First of the four you can't afford to skip is prioritizing good sleep every single night. You might shrug off a late night binge watching or gaming as no sweat, but the science says otherwise. Stuff from the National Sleep Foundation shows skimping on sleep messes with your thinking ramps up stress hormones like cortisol by nearly 40% and ups chances for feeling down or packing on pounds. Think about how that plays out in real life. If you're pulling all-nighters for work or fun, you're not just tired the next day, you're setting yourself up for foggy decisions that could derail your career or relationships down the line. Jordan Peterson always says, sort out your own mess before fixing the world, and sleep's where that starts. It's your brain's time to file away memories, process emotions, and fix up your body at a cellular level, ensuring you're operating at peak performance. Here's a simple move to make it happen. Shoot for 7 to 9 hours consistently. Wind down by dimming lights an hour early. Ditch screens to avoid blue light disrupting your melatonin. And keep the same bedtime even on days off to regulate your circadian rhythm. Add in small tweaks like a cool, dark room or herbal tea, and over time, think about it waking up sharp, energized, and ready to seize opportunities instead of slogging through the day like a zombie. That's the real win from making sleep a non-negotiable priority in your routine. It might seem basic, but ignoring it snowballs into bigger issues, so treat it like the foundation it is. Stepping it up a notch, the next one you can't ignore is feeding your body right with solid nutrition, since what you put in powers everything ahead, from your mood to your motivation. Harvard's public health pros found that junky diets loaded with processed stuff and sugar in your 20s spark inflammation, zap your energy, and set you up for bigger health hits like metabolic issues that snag over a fifth of young folks. Not to mention how it affects brain function. Studies link poor nutrition to reduced hippocampal volume, the area tied to learning and memory. Imagine trying to build a career or chase dreams when your fuel is subpar. It's like running a high-performance car on cheap gas. It sputters and breaks down eventually. Peterson talks about choosing tough paths for better payoffs, like ditching easy eats for ones that build you up long-term, because voluntary discipline now prevents involuntary suffering later. Blowing off greens for burgers or energy drinks feels fine in the moment, but tanks your drive and clarity over time. Take athletes who fuel smart with balanced macros and crush their goals, or busy students who prep meals ahead to stay sharp during exams. Real-world proof that nutrition isn't just about looks, it's about sustaining the energy for life's marathons. Get going by weaving in real whole foods like colorful fruits, lean proteins such as chicken or tofu, and nutrient-dense veggies every time you eat. Log it in a an app like MyFitnessPal to track macros and micros and drink plenty of water, aiming for at least 8 glasses to keep hydration on point, which alone can boost cognitive function by 10–15%, according to some hydration studies. Experiment with recipes like a quick smoothie bowl or stir fry to make it enjoyable rather than a chore, and soon you'll feel that mental edge, steady vibe, and even better skin or mood, making it stick as a habit you crave. This isn't about perfection. Start with swapping one meal a day and build from there, because the compound effect in your 20s is massive. Now, ramping up the effect even more. Don't skip regular movement and physical exercise, as it connects your body and brain in ways that lift all boats, enhancing everything from focus to resilience. Big reviews in the Lancet Psychiatry say just 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise like brisk walking or cycling cuts anxiety by 20–30% and pumps up happy chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are often in short supply in desk-bound or screen-stuck lives so common among young adults juggling jobs, studies, and social scenes. Beyond mental health, exercise builds bone density, improves cardiovascular health, and even enhances neuroplasticity, meaning your brain gets better at adapting and learning new skills crucial in your 20s when you're navigating career pivots or skill building. Peterson pushes treating your body like a trusty sidekick for life's quests, emphasizing that physical strength mirrors inner fortitude. Skip it and you weaken your whole self. Recall his bit on standing tall like a lobster to signal strength and competence to the world. It's not just metaphor. Posture from exercise influences how others perceive you and how you feel about yourself. Jump in with accessible options like daily walks in nature to clear your head, home bodyweight workouts such as push-ups and squats, or structured gym sessions if that's your vibe. For example, a quick 20-minute jog can not only burn calories but also release endorphins that act as natural antidepressants, helping you sleep better and handle stress like a pro. Make it happen by blocking time in your calendar like a must-do meeting you wouldn't cancel. Jot progress in a notebook or app to see gains over weeks and switch things up. Try yoga one day, weights the next to keep it fun and prevent boredom or plateaus. Before long, you'll chase that feel-good high, noticing improved confidence in social settings, better problem-solving at work, and an overall sense of capability that turns exercise into your ultimate confidence booster and life enhancer. The fourth one, even more key as it weaves into your emotional and people side, is keeping real friendships and meaningful social connections alive. Since going solo in your 20s can knock your emotions off track and limit your opportunities, that epic Harvard grant study tracking lives over 80 years nails it. Good bonds beat out money, status, or achievements for long-term happiness and even longevity, with strong relationships correlating to lower rates of chronic diseases and better mental health outcomes. Meanwhile, being lonely jacks up stress hormones and hits overall health like smoking 15 cigarettes a day, according to meta-analyses. In a digital age where likes replace real talks, it's easy to neglect this, but the cost is high. Isolation can lead to rumination, decreased motivation, and missed networking that could propel your career. Peterson nudges you toward embracing voluntary discomfort in real, honest conversations that build trust over superficial chit-chat. Dodge this and you might trap yourself in echo chambers, fostering resentment or cynicism that Peterson warns against in his lectures on personal development. Real-life examples shine here. Think of entrepreneurs who credit their success to mentors and friends who provided accountability, or young professionals who join clubs and form bonds that lead to job opportunities and emotional support during tough times like breakups or job losses. Make it real by pinging folks regularly with intentional outreach. Set reminders in your phone for weekly calls or texts. Really listen without distractions during meetups, and focus on growing a tight circle of 3 to 5 deep connections rather than a wide, shallow network. Volunteer for causes you care about, attend local events, or even host small gatherings to foster these ties. It all adds up, giving you a safety net for tough times, fresh perspectives to challenge your thinking, and shared joys that amplify life's highs. This habit compounds exponentially, turning potential loneliness into a rich web of support that sustains you through the ups and downs of young adulthood. Now, flipping to the 4, you got to weave in every day for proactive growth. Next in line for bigger punch is carving out dedicated time to read and expand your mind. Where the basics keep you steady physically and socially, reading sparks intellectual growth and fresh views that can redefine your path. University of Sussex research shows even 6 minutes of immersive reading cuts stress by over 2/3, surpassing listening to music or taking a walk by firing up empathy circuits, enhancing critical thinking, and transporting you to new ideas. In your 20s, when your brain is still highly plastic, this habit can literally rewire neural pathways for better decision making and creativity. Studies from Yale suggest avid readers in early adulthood show higher emotional intelligence and vocabulary, key for leadership roles. Peterson, who devours books across disciplines, says face the unknown through learning to impose order on chaos. His own 12 rules for life drills in taking personal responsibility. And he often recommends classics like Dostoevsky or Nietzsche to grapple with deep human truths. Ease in with 20 to 30 minutes a day on self-betterment reads, biographies, or even fiction that builds perspective. Try Atomic Habits by James Clear for insights on compounding effects, or Peterson's works for philosophical depth. Keep a read handy by your bedside or on your phone app. Scribble takeaways in a notes section to reinforce retention, and chat about them with friends to deepen understanding. Months in, you'll stack insights that sharpen everyday choices, elevate your conversations to more meaningful levels, and open unexpected doors at work or in personal projects, making reading a gateway to wisdom that sets high achievers apart. Layering on that foundation, make daily planning and goal chasing a non-negotiable ritual as it turns fuzzy wishes into concrete, actionable steps with even more oomph for long-term trajectory. Dominican University data shows simply jotting down goals boosts achievement rates by over 40% because it activates your brain's reticular activating system to filter and spot relevant opportunities in a noisy world. Without this structure, your 20s can feel like aimless drifting amid endless options, leading to procrastination or regret. Peterson says dream big, but start tiny, like tidying your space as a symbolic micro-victory that snowballs into larger triumphs, emphasizing that responsibility is the antidote to meaninglessness. Think of big shots like Elon Musk, who attributes his successes to meticulous daily to-do lists and breaking audacious visions into bite-sized tasks. It's not magic, it's method. Kick off each morning with 3 top priorities aligned to your bigger vision. Whether it's career advancement, skill building, or personal growth, grab a simple planner or digital app like Todoist and check back weekly to review progress, celebrate small wins with rewards, and tweak plans based on what's working. Chunk overwhelming dreams into manageable steps, like if you want to start a side hustle, begin with researching one idea Aria today. This grows your discipline muscle, cuts down on decision fatigue, and builds that empowering can-do spirit that turns potential into reality over the decade. Upping the ante for inner depth, slot in daily journaling or reflective thinking as it sharpens your self-awareness and emotional intelligence in profound, transformative ways. Psychological science research indicates that just 15 minutes of expressive writing, daily pouring out thoughts on paper drops stress levels, improves immune function, and boosts problem-solving abilities by unpacking experiences and revealing hidden patterns. In your 20s, when identity and values are solidifying, this habit helps navigate confusion. Peterson pushes owning your truth through self-examination, warning that unexamined lives breed bitterness and voluntary blindness to personal flaws. Journals spot trends like why you keep dodging hard conversations or procrastinating on goals, turning vague feelings into actionable insights. Try noting daily highs, slips, and gratitudes with structured prompts like what clicked today and why, or where can I level up tomorrow? Set aside quiet evening time, keep it brutally honest without self-judgment, and review entries weekly to track shifts and growth. Over time, it toughens your resilience, flips failures into valuable lessons, and syncs your daily deeds with core values for a more authentic, fulfilling life that feels aligned rather than reactive. Topping it off as the biggest game changer you must build daily is actively chasing voluntary tests and challenges that cultivate ownership, grit, and deep purpose, drawn straight from Peterson's playbook on heroic living. Positive psychology from Martin Seligman shows stepping into voluntary discomfort grows grit, that passion plus perseverance combo and Angela Duckworth's landmark studies reveal it predicts success more reliably than IQ or talent, with daily practice amping sticking power by up to 40% through habituated resilience. Peterson's big idea, pick up loads on purpose, like committing to help others or tackle hard gigs, to dodge the nihilism and emptiness that plague those avoiding responsibility. It's about transforming suffering into meaning, as he illustrates with biblical stories or modern examples. In your 20s, this could mean mentoring a younger sibling, learning a demanding skill like coding or a language through consistent practice, or diving into community gigs that stretch your comfort zone. Spot one daily push, start small, like cold showers to build mental toughness, or speaking up in meetings for assertiveness. Log it in your journal, mull over the growth and lessons learned, and gradually amp it up to bigger quests like running a marathon or launching a project. This habit flips your 20s from passive consumption to an epic self-authored tale, dishing out lasting joy and fulfillment that eclipses fleeting material gains, positioning you as the architect of your destiny. Wrapping this up, keep sleep, eats, moves, and ties as non-skippables. They guard your base. Then layer reading, goals, journals, and challenges daily to soar high, all with science nods and Peterson vibes. If this hits home, pick one to start now. Your later, you will grin. Subscribe for more gems like the vid. Drop your fave habit in comments. Let's level up as a crew.